Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I covered this subject on some of my previous videos, sometimes not directly but just as a mention. And that is, I think, a lack of appreciation coming from the guys in charge of Ukraine for the help coming from the Western leaders, actually taken from us and given to them for their interest. Okay, so their interests through our taxes and sweat goes transferred to those guys in charge of the Ukrainian nation. So they're good and those people are dying. That's the whole thing. So little by little, the guys who think that are in charge of the truth, the gatekeepers of the truth, I don't know, trickle down to us tensions, and not only tensions, the way those thugs actually are. I'm talking about the guys in charge, not the Ukrainian nation. And they are demanding. And here we have the UK Defense Minister, and he's going to tell, we find out that he got those guys to task when he visited Kiev, and those guys, he went over there to discuss this and that, and those guys provided him with a list. And then he famously says exactly this: "We're not Amazon. UK responds to Ukraine's weapons requests." This is Russia Today. So Defense Secretary Ben Wallace has suggested that Ukrainian officials should show gratitude for weapons donations. So this is from the Russians, but hey, I have it here from Financial Times. So you know, I cover my butt, as one of my former supervisors used to say. We're not Amazon. Tensions with Ukraine surface at NATO summit. Yes, because this weasel right here, he demands all the time. Demands and shames people. Yeah, this face right here. Demands and always shames other nations and other countries, and somehow creates this guilt that you should not have. That somehow he is where he's at in this BS, which is not a BS for him. He's going to survive. As a very much wealthy guy, I guarantee you that. And I don't know about survival, but I guarantee you he's a wealthy guy as of now. And we're going to find out in 10 years, okay, how much things were diverted. So that guy, he's in this situation and he demands you and I pay and give them without being asked or required or requested, just given. For him and to defend themselves from something that was unprovoked. All right, so let's read a little bit look at this guy, man, the Russian article. So this is from today, the 12th of July 2023. We're not Amazon. So Ukraine should adopt a less demanding tone when speaking to nations that are arming it to fight against Russia. UK Defense Secretary Ben Wallace has suggested, "We are not Amazon," end quote, he said. Well, that tells you that these guys are perfectly aware and are not idiots of what's going on over there. The problem is they have to behave with white gloves with this guy right here because he is the other guy's man. You know who that is, right? And you have here, look at this, it's a very revealing picture. You know who this is right here behind him? This is Reznikov, the same guy as this one. And you know who that is? That's Yermak. This is like a chief of staff, not chief of staff, White House staff, right here. And this is a defense minister. You know who's missing here? Zhmihal. If Zhmihal would have been here, the whole four little pigs in charge of Ukraine are right here pictured. But hey, I don't know who this guy is. I know who these three are. The three little pigs here. The Trinity, or anyway, Trinidad Tobago. The remarks, which were quoted by the British media, were made during an event on the sidelines of the NATO summit in Lithuania on Wednesday. Wallace, who is normally a vocal supporter of Kiev, yeah, but he was kicked in the balls by the American masters, and he was not allowed to be the new NATO mouthpiece. That's a problem, and they want that female, I was about to say, what's her name, von der Leyen, to be. Okay, so who is normally a vocal supporter of Kiev, said it would help Ukraine's cause if they displayed some gratitude. No, they don't have to. They give you orders. And I'm quoting, sometimes you are asking countries to give up their own stocks, Wallace said. Sometimes you have to persuade lawmakers on Capitol Hill in America. You have to persuade doubting politicians in other countries that is worth it. Well, it works in supposedly in a democracy. Where Zelensky comes from, you just do it. You're the guy in charge. You have martial law. If you have martial law, you do whatever you want. It's war, baby doll. I'm going to defend you. Yes, and you are not cooperating, so go to jail. We're going to figure out in 10 years if that was right or wrong. These guys are used to a different way of solving things, my friends. They say, well, they defend their European values and so on. If the European values are Brussels values, still these guys don't qualify. Because Brussels are not Brussels. The values from Brussels are not European values. They are not. They want to be, but they're not going to be. Why? Because we have traditions. We have different countries. We have history. We have people. It's not like 5 people over there in a dark room in Brussels comes and tell us, from now on, this is $100 bill. Because it feels like, and we say so. And that's a value. A new value. Woo-hoo, woo-hoo. Let's celebrate. That doesn't work that way. They try to do it, but hey, you have Hungary doesn't go by that kind of thing. Poland doesn't go. The rest are weasels. Yes, the rest are celebrating. Let's move on here. The British official said he heard complaints from the US counterparts that Ukraine was treating their nation like an Amazon store, even as it provides billions of dollars worth of military assistance. And in the meantime, they shame you for not doing enough ever. Wallace confirmed that this was quote-unquote true and said he had been personally subjected to this kind of treatment by Ukrainian officials. He recalled driving for 11 hours to meet with a delegation last June only to be given a list of requests, end quote. U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan made similar public remark in Lithuania, asserting that, and I'm quoting, the American people do deserve a degree of gratitude from the U.S. government for their willingness, to step up. No, nobody asked me, so you don't know if I'm willing or not. Okay, maybe he's willing less. You don't know. You just assume. You're a liar. To step up and aid Ukraine and from the rest of the world as well. No, you little freaking weasel. You just assume the willingness. There's no willingness. Nobody asked me if I want to send Ukraine tens of billions of dollars. They just did it. Don't assume that they agree with the policies of the government that was voted in the office just because it has authority. No, I voted only one time. And by the way, I lost. All right? I can now criticize. That's the result. Good job. Let's move on. All right. Ukrainian officials, including President Zelensky, have been critical of the US and its allies for not providing enough. It's never enough. Support for providing it too slowly. The Ukrainian leader cited the supposedly unhurried pace of weapons deliveries as the key reason for underwhelming results from Kiev counteroffensive last month. Well, why did you start it? Why did you start it? One of the latest outbursts from Zelensky came during the current summit at NATO leaders as NATO leaders declined to provide a roadmap for Ukraine's accession to the US-led military bloc and said the country would still have to meet some conditions to qualify. He called the position unprecedented and absurd. Well, the thing is, he changed tone, Zelensky, today, and he came and said, yes, I understand. I think he got smacked in the meantime. He was told, hey, buddy, you're just a comedian. You play your part and shut the fuck up. We're going to make you a millionaire, but shut the hell up and do what we tell you. You're not who you think. Your head grew too big. Okay? Let me give a... That's about it. That's about the size you need. Now go and apologize for that. And came, yes, I think I understand that, yeah, we can't join NATO. Yes, thank you very much. Fuck. That's how it played, okay? If you don't believe me, just watch or read the articles regarding Zelensky's last public appearance after he met the guy who was like, What's this say? That's Biden, by the way. Sometimes conscious, semi-conscious, even though when that's why he missed Biden missed too much heroin or something. Biden missed dinner last night because he was too busy. I don't think so. I can tell you what it was, what I think it was. I think Biden cannot be prompted for too long. The whole span of him being up, erected is okay, and being semi-functional, it's about 15 minutes, rarely more than that. And that means giving a lot of doses and all that. So he cannot perform, not that kind of perform, in too much. So he couldn't attend the dinner. It was too much. Who knows? Probably he can't even eat by himself. I'm just asking. I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe he doesn't know. And look at the fork. I'm going to tell you this. I had a relative who got to a certain age, not too old, but got Alzheimer. And when she was at the table to eat, she did not know what to do with silverware. Didn't know what the fork is supposed to do. And then with the food, just played around the food, did not know that food goes in her mouth. It was sad. I have direct experience with that. So anyway, here you have this situation where these guys think it's Amazon. And the fact, I'm pretty sure there's more than that when these guys put Zelensky or whomever in their place. The thing is, the big boss still supports the little brain, the comedian. And when the comedian's role runs out, then he's going to be removed and another one comes up. Alright, thank you very much for being with me again today. The problem is, I guarantee you all these conversations are well known, but the gatekeepers of the truth to trickle down to us are holding it hermetically. But they're over there. That will burst when the whole things are done. You find out after some years that, hey, actually, he did that when he met that. They knew it then, but they didn't let us know. Our free mass media. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.